All right, let's start. Again, let me introduce myself. I'm Vlada, and we are here at Pole Fit Dubai. We are launching our series of podcasts with our instructors when they're going to share their journey, their story. And today, our episode number 1 with Martina Trombetta. Ta-da!
Ta-da! It's me.
Hi, Martina. Thank
Hi,
you.
my love.
Thank you so much for accepting and for agreeing to do
I
this.
didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I kind of forced her. No, I think today we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
And this is a very chilled, relaxed podcast. We want it to be as friendly as possible and for you to feel as... welcome and confident.
Yeah.
All right. So, as I said, guys, don't forget to write your questions if you have any. And I will start with my questions that we prepared.
Yes.
And let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you have any background in movement, in gymnastics, in ballet, in dance, or whatsoever before you started?
Okay. So this is one of the questions that I get asked the most, which is very interesting. And the answer is no. I have no background. I've never done anything before in any gymnastics, any dance, not at all. So, yeah. So it's been...
What age did you start?
I started 8 years ago, which was 24. 24
Amazing.
years.
So you actually have absolutely no background, and you started at 24.
Yeah, which is quite late.
Exactly. For any sports, it's considered to be quite late. And in just 8 years, you went from beginner, let's say total beginner to any sport whatsoever to a Cirque du Soleil artist. Is this correct?
Yeah. That's what I'm
actually less, right?
Life,
because you
yes,
joined,
yeah. I would say
year.
I started to be very consistent with my practices and my work when COVID happened. So in 2020 is where I left my previous job and I finally had the time to really put the focus in what I was doing, training, and be consistent more. So I would say in the last 5 years is where the transition really happened. Yes.
Amazing. So you guys can see there's because there's a big stigma about like pole and aerial that you need to have a certain dance or gymnastic background to be good, to achieve certain goals, right? That you have to be already flexible, that you have to be already strong, but actually you can join as a beginner and with certain dedication and passion you can achieve incredible goals, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And remind, because you were not flexible before you joined,
no,
right?
I remember I had you and Michelle and Sarah telling me, "Oh, you quite flexible." But then, of course, looking back at the videos that I have in my in my phone, and yes, I was not completely zero, but I didn't have what I have today. That's for sure. Let's say I started from a good starting point with my flexibility. Like I could do. I mean, if you do pole, you know what I mean. But I could do an Allegra quite easily, but I was not able to do an extended Allegra, for example. Yes. So it's like I was able to do many things. My body was kind of, almost as if it was prepared for it, but not as it is today.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. But I was not exactly. I was not.
But it's not like you were like. Super
yeah,
flexible,
no,
and you already had it. You had to gain it. Right?
Yes, I had to gain it. I feel like it was just a little bit more than what normally people might have. I remember I used to have the teachers, you guys, you were saying to me, I have a very flexible back, but not to the extent that
you had the. It's like you have the material, right?
Yes, to be worked.
Exactly, but then because you put so much effort into it, and because I remember she trained so much, and she trained very, very hard, and also trained pole and aerial, and then you started doing yoga, and then some other movements, and so she started taking dance classes.
Yeah.
So it's not like she had it from
catch
nothing,
up.
like she had to work hard to get it.
I had to catch up. I was all, no, I'm joking. Yes.
Well, I can relate because same situation happened. You know,
Yeah.
I started when
You
I was
started late.
23,
Yeah.
and also with a zero background.
Exactly.
And then you take any class
Yeah, you
possible
yeah,
to kind of like
absolutely.
catch up and to get to a certain level. Yeah,
Absolutely.
But you can see it's very much possible, and I think this is kind of like the highlight of
Of the podcast today, right? Yes,
So
absolutely.
you see,
It is
everything
possible.
is possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you decide to a pole class?
I moved to Dubai. So first of all, I came to, this is another thing that I always get asked, like people don't know much why I came to Dubai, why I'm still here today. Is just like I moved to Dubai because I was working with a different company. I was a flight attendant, yes. And that was the reason why I moved here. And then that was my dream job. Like if you ask me when I was a kid, like what you want to be when you are an adult, when you grow up, I was always saying flight attendant. I always wanted to travel as much as possible, and that was for me was the goal. Yes, like to be a flight attendant. And then when I finally got my dream job, which wasn't easy, I finally got my dream job. I moved to Dubai, and then on my day off, I didn't know what to do. You know, and I was like, I just want to try something. And I remember I came here for the first pole class, and I was like,
just out of curiosity.
Out
right?
of curiosity, and I loved it. First class. First class, I loved it. Yes, the community, the teachers, the feeling, and I've always loved music. I've always had like a very deep connection with music in general, and I've always loved to dance. Like I love to go to clubs or whatever there was music, I was enjoying. Whatever I could dance, I was enjoying. And so when I came to the first pole class, you know, there was music, dance, lots of women, community. It was like just fun. And yeah, I loved it. And I remember I was driving every time I was off, because I was not living in the area. So I would drive 30 minutes in the traffic to come to my pole class on my only day off. But I was like, it was amazing. So yeah.
So, do you remember what did it make you feel like? Is it the feeling of freedom, empowerment?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel confident?
One of the first thing I remember, like when I took the class, it was the community. In terms like there was no everybody was happy. So everybody was happy. There was no space for, you know, like judgment, and it was not a competition environment. It was very friendly. It was very everybody happy. All women mostly, and especially coming from an environment work-wise where, I mean, not everybody was happy all the time. Let's just say that. So for me to come here, it was like a good break, a little escape, to be like, nice.
Yes,
people are happy, you know, like it's easy, you know, and so that was one of the first feeling. And then, as I said, like the fact that you could move your body and dance, and then everything else came along, like the strength, the feeling empowered, the feeling like strong, accepting your body.
Yes.
Like I feel like, unfortunately, most women, and not only women, but lots of humans, we go through that, right? Like where you don't like what you see in the mirror. Yes. So like I feel like pole was a way for me to, you know, you need to kind of
reconnect.
To reconnect, to accept, and then you can, the focus kind of shift, because now you appreciate your body even more when you can see that you can do things like tricks on the pole and you feel strong. It's like your focus kind of shift. You don't look just from the outside, but you're like, oh my god, my body can do all of that, you know. And so it was many different things, but I would say these ones were the one that kept me like coming to classes.
That's amazing. Also inspiring, and I have like goosebumps and everything, you know, because of course that was one of my dreams, you know, opening the pole fit is to create a community, because I feel like in Dubai people come in their older age, right? So they come, and it's not like they have many friends here.
Absolutely, yes.
And then many people come here and they feel lonely, or maybe they have some friends at work, then maybe they have some friends outside, but some maybe not. And
Yeah.
then when they come here, they find
Family.
they find family, and then this is just really nice.
Yeah, yeah,
that
totally.
Our
Totally.
community is there and helping, empowering, helping each other. You know. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's really, really nice. All right. Were there any challenges that you faced as a beginner, especially like that you don't have any background?
I would say strength, first of all, yes. Like for me, strength was a big challenge. I remember always being kind of, not weak, but you know, like I didn't have like this strength that I have
Yes,
today.
yes.
So strength for sure was one of the challenges. And then I finally realized that it came and it comes as you practice. Yes, like there is something that you can do, you know, like you can do cross training, gym and everything, but I always feel like that if you want to become strong at pole, you need to do pole. Like, at least that's in my personal opinion and in my personal case. I feel like, yes, I've done a lot of things to cross train, Pilates, yoga, gym. I've done gym sessions as well. But then like I felt like if I wanted to be better at pole, I had to focus. So I had to be consistent and focusing at pole, because back in the days I remember I was trying to do many things. You know, I was trying to do pole, yoga, this and that, and then I realized I was like, no. If you want to build like strength and you want to be like you have to be consistent in this, and then eventually, once you become stronger on the pole, for me it was like, okay, now I can also do different things. Yes, but yeah, so strength I would say was one of the biggest challenge in the beginning for me, and yeah, I would say mainly that, like acceptance of my body, as I said before, because wearing like, you know, pole clothes, so sometimes, you know, it was not easy for me to, you know, what I didn't want to maybe see myself in those clothes, like I was not comfortable. Yes, and also like comfortability in wearing pole wear came along the way. So at the beginning it was also a challenge. I was like, why do I wish I could wear like, you know, a cover. Then something changed, because as you can see from my videos, and now I'm like, whatever. But
we always say that when we have our beginners, they all wear shorts up to here.
Yeah, and then
after like the
few months,
beginner level, this one, and then
it goes shorter and shorter and shorter, and that's
more
exactly,
naked,
and that's exactly what happened. I think, but no,
that's I think the beauty out of it, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you just first you
You
accept
see how
yourself, and
exactly.
you get confident, and that just comes.
Exactly. I feel like that's how you see how it improves your confidence, your acceptance, you feel more empowered, self-esteem. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I have then another question. Have you ever felt like quitting?
I did actually quit for some time. So I came 8 years ago. I think it was like the end of 2016, something, right? Can't do math right now. But and then I quit. I think like 2017 was on and off for me. I just was doing different things. It was my first year in Dubai. I was honestly enjoying more the outside life. You know, I like to party. I love to dance, so I was going clubbing and dancing, and so on my day off I'd be like really tired, and then another flight.
Of course, you're young and you come to Dubai.
Yeah,
and you get excited.
Yeah. But beside that, for me, the biggest challenge was my job. Like the fact that I was traveling all the time. You know, I was not be able to be consistent. My sleep was messed up. My food, was messed up, and days I would come back home from a flight feel absolutely bloated, and the last thing I wanted to do was to see myself in the mirror and do pole. I don't know, it was a lot of things. So at some point I got away from the pole, but then like I feel like one of the things that helped me a lot, it was like to get a pole in my house. So I got a pole in my place, and you know, it was more like me only doing it, you know, in my private space. Nobody would see me, let's say, this kind of like thing. and that brought me back, and then I came back to the studio. But yes, I would say I had like not a year, but almost a year of not quitting completely, but really not so on, you know, like it was on and off, and yeah.
So then you kept on training, right?
I kept on training,
And
yes.
at some point you became a pole instructor, right?
Yeah, after I quit my job. Yeah, that was one of the reasons. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah, no, yes, I became because somebody pushed me. No, I'm joking.
We were like,
Yeah.
so you're gonna be a pole instructor,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's not that they gave me much choice anyway.
Okay, we're joking, okay?
Yeah, no, we're joking. But let's say you guys were very, how do you say, encouraging?
Yes,
Encouraging?
yes.
I never know.
Well, basically, because we saw that she was very hardworking, and then at that point you were progressing very well, and like literally you came from like 0 to really, really good level, beautiful, clean. And I saw your dedication, and basically we always, you know, in our studio when we see our students giving some signs, we grab it. we love to raise our own instructors, because obviously it's we always want to help our, if they would like to pursue this career, and we help them, we grow them, give them space to train, to learn. And yeah, we just saw this this opportunity, and I remember we offered Martina to cover some classes. If I'm not
At
mistaken.
the beginning, yes.
Yeah, and then we did the training.
Yes.
And then you joined our
Yeah.
and you had your regular classes and stuff. And this is how you started, right?
And Paul was the reason why I quit my job. Like, I couldn't take it anymore. Like, for me, after that stop, then I realized how much I was missing it, and how much it became part of who I was at that point. So, like, for me, going on my flights, for my work, it became really, really hard. Even if I was going to an amazing destination, like, it just became really too much. And I decided to quit, and that's when you offer me.
Oh, you see, all
come
the stars
here.
aligned.
Yeah, I was destined.
Well, I'm really glad that it happened that way. So how was it? How did you feel transitioning from being a student to becoming an instructor at the same studio?
I mean, that was amazing because, of course, like, you already know a lot of people. It felt at the beginning, a little bit weird, you know, when you are in the same room as a student with everybody else, and then all of a sudden you are on the other side, and I was like, hi. You know, at the beginning I felt like, oh, sorry, yeah. I'm Italian.
Italian.
We talk like this, guys. And no, so at the beginning I felt sometimes it was not challenging. But it was like, you know, I felt like so I'm the instructor, but I know they saw me until like up to the day before as the student. So it was like, I wouldn't say I was feeling like an imposter, but it was like a little bit, I didn't know how to yet establish that, you know, like, okay, I'm the instructor, you are the student. Not because I had to step over or anything. It was more like for me to be like able to be an example, to be like a leader, right? Somebody that they can trust and see as, okay, she says, she knows, yes?
Yeah.
But also on the other side, it was nice and easy because, of course, it's your people, it's people that you saw every day for the last few years, and they're happy for you, and so it's kind of easier, you know. They make you also your life easier, like in terms like they support you, they're there, they're having fun, they know you. So it was nice to stay in the family, and I never taught anybody anywhere else but here. So like, I was born here and I'll die here.
Chained her.
Yes. So like, this was my only studio, and it will be. That's it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I think I even remember how I think even excited our students were when you become instructors, and they even booked because they wanted to support you and come to your class.
No, it was lovely. Yes,
I love it.
absolutely.
Again, our community is just incredible, right?
Yeah.
They support in.
I feel
in
Pole
anything.
community in general, like
Yeah.
it's beautiful, and then all the studios they have their own, of course. It's just like a very, very like family, you know, like very supportive, very family. So yeah, it's a beautiful community. Yeah.
All right, so next section would be about performing, because the steps were first you were a student, then you became an instructor,
Yes.
and then you started performing. And I remember it was pole and aerial, right? Because also you not only you did pole, but you also trained aerial, right?
Yeah. At some point, I feel like it's not that I got fed up with pole, but I wanted to try something else. So I was like, I started to do some aerial hoop and silks, hammock, anything that was aerial, because it's different from pole, right? Like that was my first approach to aerial. Like pole is pole and aerial you up in the air, so it was completely different. And then yes, like performing came into the picture, but I would never ever thought like that could happen. Like my when I started to teach pole, like for me that was it. Like there was no okay, what's next, or pole could lead me to that.
Yeah.
No. For me, teaching was teaching. That was it. Like there was no what's coming next. And then it just happened all of a sudden. Like I had a lot of support from a lot of people, and lots of people were pushing me and saying you should perform, and I could not see that myself.
And at that point, I remember you already reached to really, really good level,
Yeah.
right, in pole and aerial.
Yeah. But even if I don't know if people think or not, but even if it doesn't look like I'm very introvert, yes, in terms like it's hard for me now. It's been a few years, right? But I used to be very introvert. For me, like to be on a stage, it felt like being exposed, yes, and like vulnerable. So like back in the days, I was like, I could never think about being on a stage where people look at me. So I had like friends, people around me pushing me towards that, and then eventually, I did it, and I was like, okay, let's see. And the first few times it was really hard. Like the first few times I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? Why I'm doing this? I'm so sorry. But yeah, that was my first approach. I would say, like, thanks to the people that believed in me, and I just read something the other day, yesterday, which was so true. It's like, you don't go anywhere alone, you go everywhere because somebody believed in you, somebody pushed you, somebody was there for you, and that's exactly what happened in this big change of my career. I had a lot of people believing in me, saying you can do it, you should do it, and when I could not see it, yes.
Amazing.
And so yeah.
All right, so then you started performing in some places here and there, and then how did a contract in Cirque du Soleil came into the picture?
Oh, that's another weird thing. So, for example, to see, like, when I wanted to work for the airline, I got rejected many times, actually. How? I don't know. I mean, look at my English. No, but I got rejected many times, actually, and that was my dream job. I knew everything about the airline. I knew everything about this city. I knew everything about, like,
Do you know why you were
aviation.
rejected?
They didn't give you feedback. It could be anything. It's like a role play. Like you don't really know. So I got rejected a few times, but I wanted it. So I kept on going until the 5th interview. I finally got the job.
15th interview.
5.
5.
15, I would be like, okay, you know what? Bye. Like, you don't want me? I'm done.
Okay,
no, 5. Yeah,
but it's still a lot to go to an
yeah.
interview for the 5th time. It's like,
yeah, and that was what I wanted to do.
they probably take it because it's just, wow, she's so
No, that's what I'm saying.
persistent.
They're like, okay, you know what? Just shut up. Just come in and whatever. Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
But with
And
Cirque
then-
du Soleil, it was completely opposite. Cirque,
Easy.
never, yeah, super easy. I
Incredible.
never.
But when you were at what point you decided like, oh, I want to apply to Cirque du Soleil?
Again, people pushing, yes, because I started ringing, and that what opened for me the way to circus, yes, because like, yes, pole is not really a circus, I would say, like a discipline. Aerials, yes, but like air suspension is a very, very ancient, like circus discipline, right? So I feel like that is what opened to me the way to the circus.
Also because like if you see, like there's a lot of artists in pole and aerial. But
Yeah,
in
back in the days,
hanging,
absolutely, yes. Back in the
especially
day, yes,
when you
yes,
started,
yes.
there's only few
Yeah,
people practicing
yeah.
it,
I
right?
started ringing 4 years ago now, yes. And 4 years ago, like I remember, it was really, really hard for me to find somebody who would teach me how to do the hairdo and everything. So it was a big challenge. It took me, I think, like a year to find somebody to teach me. Yes.
And then what made you go into hair hanging?
Marion Kramp.
Aww.
Yeah.
Marianne.
Marian. Yeah, I mean, when I saw her, she's always been my pole, like, you know, idol.
idol, yeah.
Yes, it's just like, it's not about only the tricks or anything. It's just her and their moves and everything.
Yeah, our pole fairy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something different, you know, something different. And then when I saw her also doing air suspension, I was like, I want to feel that, you know, even though I had no idea what was happening, you know, like I had no idea it was done with the hair, like zero. And yeah, so since that moment I wanted to feel that. And then eventually I learned the technique, and
Amazing.
yeah, and that opened the way to the circus world. And again, like with zero background and everything, I never thought I could be a Cirque du Soleil artist. Like I was never even thinking about it. But then, like, I had people, again, friends saying, you should apply. And I remember I was at home in Sicily. It was January, and I had nothing to do. I was bored, and I was on the sofa, and I was like, you know what? Let's do an application. And I applied, and I put my videos of what I had back in the days on the casting, and like 2 months later I had my first contract.
Amazing. I think this deserves a clap, right, guys?
That's like, and that was like, okay. I was like, all right, I don't know, but maybe that was, you know, like supposed to happen. You know, sometimes like life tells you, but you don't listen, you know, you don't see it until finally you see it. For example, when I wanted to be flight attendant, yeah, like I was so stubborn, I wanted that job, and I ended up, I wouldn't say hating it, but almost, you know, like I ended up like I had to leave if I wanted to keep my mental health, you know, if I wanted to stay sane. And I thought that was my dream.
Last in,
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. And I thought that was my dream, you know. And then I never thought about anything gymnastic. I was lazy. Yes, I was super lazy when I was in school.
It's fine.
And if my best friend, like, if she's listening to this, she will be like, yes, she was. And we were in school, and every time she sees me doing what I do now, she's like, how that happened? You know?
Is this the same?
Is this the same?
Martina?
Like, I was so lazy when it comes to any sort of sport when I was younger. So it's like, I don't know when the shift happened, but for some reason I feel like that was the path I had to take. You know, it kind of came to me, I would say, quite easy. I had to work hard, of course.
Guys, I will tell you about this easier, okay? She's in the studio every single morning from what, 8 o'clock?
I love it. And it is quiet.
No matter what, no matter if she had a show before or something else, and she will have 3 or 4 classes, she still comes and trains. Like, the dedication is incredible. So, and if she says it came to her easy, no, I've seen this, I keep seeing it, and it's just incredible. And this is another way, like another time that I want to like stress out that how much you can achieve
if you dedicate
if you dedicate yourself.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if you have some discipline. right?
Yeah.
It's like you have amazing discipline.
Yeah.
She puts her mind that she wants to do something, and then she does it.
Yeah.
And if something is not working, you're being patient,
Yeah,
and giving yourself
absolutely.
time, and then also like leaving some time
Yes.
for recovery and focusing. When you focus on something, then you get it with time. Obviously, not like straight away.
Absolutely, yes. I
But
feel
then
like
you get, and
yeah.
this is super inspiring.
I feel it's super important to understand that yes, if you want something like in anything in life, right? Like
It doesn't
come easy.
drop on you from the the
Yeah,
sky, right?
it doesn't come easy. Yes, you have to work for it. I just what I meant more, it was like yes, I recognize like how much work I put into it, but honestly because I really enjoy it. Yes, so like I really love it, and so I get this question a lot of times. It's like how do you stay motivated and disciplined? And I always say like for me. It doesn't feel like an effort. I am honest to myself, and I love it. Like I do it because I really enjoy it, you know. And I feel like sometimes if you cannot find, because motivation, you can't find motivation. I'm not motivated every day. Nobody is, right? But I feel like if you cannot find if you don't have that desire burning in you, then you need to listen to yourself, and you need to be honest, right? Like. In anything, like if you're doing something but then you need to be pushed all the time to do something, then maybe it's not for you. Yeah, maybe you need to look around and you know, be honest and find something else, or you know. But for me, it never felt like an effort. I never had to do it. I just enjoy it. I love to be on my own, especially in the studio, put the music super loud. Sorry, neighbors.
She's very known, yeah, for very loud music.
Yep, and yeah, that's it.
Just to be in your element and doing your thing. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
totally. Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes we do push ourselves, right? Like it's like okay, like if you need to do something on time, or you like
Yeah.
But I would say like most of the time, right? Most of the
You
time,
love
you
it.
really
Yeah,
love it, enjoy
yeah,
it, and especially
yeah.
after you teach your class, you have this feeling of lightness and happiness. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's
that
a
you
happy
passed-
environment,
Past
yes.
your you also, because on stage you show your beauty,
Mm-hmm.
right, and then in class you pass the knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and also gives you a lot of fulfillment, right?
Yeah,
In that
absolutely.
sense.
Teaching is beautiful. Teaching is beautiful. I really love it. I enjoy it. To see the girls, and not only girls, because I also have male students happy, and so you know, like even just the little achievement, they are so grateful and so happy, and yeah, it's just
Beautiful.
amazing.
How are you guys? Are you still watching? How are we, Bahar? Do we have any questions from the girls?
They're shy.
She
I
answered
answered.
already. Okay.
What was that? My age.
When you started, yeah.
Quite
Well, guys, don't be shy, and if you are interested in anything, type in your questions. We are super happy to have you watching our podcast, and we will upload the full version on YouTube. So those who missed
Famous.
it, or if you didn't join on time, it will be available to watch very soon.
Yay!
How are you? Are you okay? Are you
I'm good.
comfortable?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, great. Yeah, things that yeah, absolutely. I love to share this. You know, like I don't get to talk too much about like how I started, which I find is very helping a lot of people when
Of
they ask
course,
me,
of
because
course.
most of the people usually, like, you know, again, not only in Paul but in life, right? Like I understand we all come different situation, so it's not always so easy to just change your career, right? But I feel like most of the time people are scared of jumping into the unknown, you know, and to start late and to be too old to do something.
of course.
And so
Well, because all the time when we have students come in, they all ask me first, or am I too old?
yeah, exactly.
Am I? Or I'm not strong. I'm not flexible. I'm not nothing. You know.
Exactly.
Then they say, "Oh, that's not for me." And then, and we are basically the two examples of starting
Yeah.
in, you know, from zero with no background at the relatively old age for the sport.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. For this kind of sport, yes,
And
totally.
it's all possible because you join as a beginner and you have your beginner program and you slowly progress.
Yeah, you just
as
need to
you
be
go.
patient. Yes,
Yeah.
like I feel like sometimes we are too used to, especially nowadays, to have everything too
Straight away,
fast,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Everyone
Everything
wants
is there.
now.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I don't want to say everybody, but like lots of people, we lost that thing for patience, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
wants everything
And enjoying
right
the
away.
journey, right?
Enjoy the journey, yeah, and the thing with Paul is like you can always see something, like you can see the progress from one class to the other. 15 minutes.
Oh, we're doing great.
No, we're doing great. Yeah, we're doing great.
You're
But yeah.
doing great. I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
you. Oh my god. She knows that I hate doing this, but here I am.
Well, basically, because so I always wanted to. I had in mind this podcast since several months now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I noticed that we just need to start,
Yeah.
and then we will just carry on because I feel like it's just. Most of like all our instructors, they have inspiring stories.
Absolutely.
And it's just a shame not to share it, you know. And
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
hopefully also our students, they will get to know you better because they come to class,
But they don't know.
sometimes they don't even know anything about you,
Absolutely.
right? That they come
Yeah.
to you, they spend 1 hour while you're teaching, but most of them actually really interested in your life and you as a personality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully this will bring out some,
More. Yes. I had some students be like, "Can you send me a video when you started?" And I'm like, "There you go." Yes. And they were like, "Oh." I was like, "Yep."
yeah. Can you
Yeah.
send it to me and I will put it in the
Okay.
video.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Globally embarrassed.
So you will see, yeah, before we will put before and after.
And after. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So, I wanted to ask you. So, did Paul and Ariel help you to master hair hanging?
Yeah, absolutely. Like especially, both of them, Paul and Ariel. Like they are a lot of upper body work. Yes, and hair hanging is a lot of upper body as well. Like your neck, your shoulder blades, your everything that is upper body, your spinal cord, your back. So, absolutely yes. I feel like what made it easier for me to progress fast into hair hanging was definitely coming from Paul and Ariel. So my body was already strong and everything. I had to get used to a lot to the pain. It was very painful for me at the beginning as well. But
Does it affect the hair?
that's very personal. Yeah, so like I would say hair hanging shouldn't make you lose hair normal amount, like same as when you brush your hair. But then it comes into play the genetics. Yeah, so I would say like genetics and hormones, like anything that is not balanced in your body, then of course hair hanging could be triggering that more, I would say. But usually if you do a proper technique of the hairdo and you do everything that you're supposed to do, it should not affect your hair. It should not affect your hair. It should not affect your scalp. And but as I said, it's really, really personal. So everybody is different.
I see. All right. So looking back at all your progress,
Yes.
like in Paul, Ariel, you performing, what do you think mattered more? Do you think it's talent or being hardworking and consistency?
Absolutely, hard work and consistency. Yeah. Like talent. I know this is something that everybody says, but it's the truth. Like talent without hard work goes nowhere, right? Like, and I've seen a lot of people being talented but doing nothing with that talent, and they went nowhere. And then you see people that they start from nowhere, and then they do a lot of hard work, and they go really far. So talent, of course, if you're talented, amazing, and you do the hard work, great. That's a plus. But I feel like what pays off is the hard work that you put in, and then like. I just feel that there is nothing that human can't achieve if they want to. Like I feel as a human we are so capable and powerful, and if we want something and we can do it.
Yeah.
You just
Amazing.
really need to
Amazing.
really work for it.
Amazing.
Like if I want to be an étoile of ballet tomorrow, I can. I just really need to work really, really hard, you know, and stretch my toes a lot. But yeah, I just feel like. Yeah.
But don't you think sometimes that like pole and aerial is actually quite achievable from sports?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you want to become a ballerina,
I think
at
you
the
will
age
get
of, like, 25,
yes, it's not possible,
what
right?
chances, right?
No.
Or for example, you want to become like a really like
Again, it's not that it's not possible, but
of
it's
course,
really
but-
more rare,
yeah.
right? Like, yes.
right? But whereas if you come to pole and aerial, of course, many students of ours, they come because they just love it and they do it as a hobby and they.
Yeah, I would say that the progress is it can be
But the
faster.
progress, exactly. So, for example, usually our students, like after a year, can perform at a student showcase.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So they can confidently dance for like 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
Clean, nice execution with expressions, you know. Then not many sports.
They can do that.
Allow
Yes,
that,
yes,
right?
yes. I would say like there is some disciplines that are also a little bit more strict, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
also the beauty about pole. Pole
Yeah.
is beautiful
I
because
just love that. Yeah, because you can start from scratch
and you
actually
can make
get-
your own way and you can make your own style and you can do your thing, you know, like. But for example, ballet is known for being more strict, right? There is rules, there is like names for everything.
exactly.
This is it, and this has to be right. So the beauty of pole and
So
aerials
much
is
room
also
for
that
creations, right?
room for creation. Yeah, and I feel like that's why a lot of people love it, and it's becoming popular, more popular,
And
more popular.
you can be any style you want. in
Exactly,
pole. Literally,
exactly.
There's comedy, there's tango on the pole, there's
Absolutely.
anything really.
And nobody can really tell you this is wrong,
Exactly,
right? Like
exactly.
because you do what you want, you do what you see, what you feel. So that's why it's beautiful.
I think we have a question from our students.
I have one question. They're asking, how much time does a stiff body need to be flexible, especially if the body has no muscle?
Okay, so how long does it take from zero stiff person to attain flexibility, right?
Again, very personal,
Very
right?
personal,
Like I would
yeah.
say, this is very personal. It depends how much you train and how many times a week, and again, we're all different, right? Our bodies are different. So if for me it takes 10 minutes, for you might take an hour, and that's okay. It's just like we need to learn to listen to the
your
body
body.
and to work with what we have, right? Like I'm flexible, but I'm not. Like, you know, I know my limits. For example, you know, I have some limit. My back is more flexible than my hip flexors, for example, right? So I do work more with my back than my hips, yes? So I feel like it really depends, but once again,
And-
consistency
yes,
and...
I think, yeah, here's first of all, like, of course, the background, the genetics, right?
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
how the muscles are. Then, of course, the consistency, you know, like flexibility. This is not, you know, again, if you do it once,
it's a long
once a month,
journey, yeah.
it's a little bit not enough. So if you're consistent, and also how much effort you put in the
In
class,
the class.
because one thing is just do it, and another thing is to do it.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important to come to a proper class with proper training, rather than just doing
Randomly
it, you know,
exercise here
randomly
and
do
there,
it
yeah.
yourself. I think that's also very important, you know, like especially at the beginning when you build that base,
Yeah.
with the proper conditioning,
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
you know, mobility stretches and stuff, and then you can. Yeah, but usually I think our students after half a year they usually
have big
say that they have a big progress, and usually after a year there's a much of a progress. But of course depends.
It
Yeah.
really depends, yeah.
Any other questions
fair.
from people? All right. So, how has Paul and Ariel changed you as a person, not just an artist?
As a person, yeah, well, like disciplined.
Discipline.
Yeah, like
You said that you were lazy before,
I
right?
was very lazy before. I was very lazy.
It's a big change.
I became a big sport addict. Like I love sport. I love movement. I love like to just like move my body in any possible ways. Like even when I go for holidays, I always look for ways to move my body. Could be just going up for climb somewhere, high trekking, something. I love to move my body and. Discipline.
What about did teaching had an effect on your patience, for example?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I always feel like I've been patient. My previous job made me lose my patience. No, I'm not joking. That's true. My previous job was definitely like challenge, but for sure patience and compassion and
beautiful, of course.
Yeah, compassion and. New question.
Okay, new question. Then. Bring it on.
What's better if my goal is flexibility, aerial or pole?
Flexibility classes.
None of them is going to give you flexibility. Like you need to work that outside. I mean, it can help you, like when you do the warm up, it
because in the class of pole or aerial,
you do a warm up.
We do a warm up, but the goal of the warm up is not to increase your flexibility. It's to warm your body and basically to warm what you have already. And then there is a chance, of course, when you hold the poses and then when you do certain movements that also
the repetition of it.
Of course, it can increase the flexibility. But if you really want to see the massive difference and increase dramatically your flexibility, I think it does make sense to go
absolutely.
to a flexibility
I've done
class.
a lot of flexibility classes back in the days, and I've done a lot of flexible work by myself, contortion classes, like. I
remember you even when you traveled. You would always go to studios like to take stretching classes and then just see.
Totally. Yes, I even did online contortion classes at some point in my life. Yes, like you need to. Yoga helped me. Yoga helped me a lot as well. Back in the days, I was doing way more yoga than I do now, and now I'm more into reformer Pilates. I feel like that works better for my body. But for sure. I agree. Work for flexibility.
All right. Any more questions, Bahar? All right. I have another question. Very interesting. What would you say to someone who wants to start pole or aerial, but feels too old? Or things that are not strong enough or not flexible enough.
I think we just said this right a little bit. Like I understand the fear. I had it the same when I started. Strength comes along. The more you train, the more you're gonna be stronger, and then like too old. It's like it's not possible to say too old because like according to what, right? Like we're all different once again, and then sometimes like people that are like 50 years old, they
who just competed in masters that's over 50.
Absolutely, and the body is like stronger than mine.
It's like they started at like 45.
So it's like depending according to what. So it's never too old. You're never too old. If your body is healthy, if you're healthy and you feel like you can do it, then you should definitely like try it. And so I would say like don't be afraid to try to give your first class and then see what happens. And then most important for me is I always listen to your body because that tells you. And then but there is no such a thing as too old or not strong enough.
So guys, if you're considering, just give it a go. You're gonna be strong. You're gonna build biceps. We will make you strong. We will make you flexible.
I had no biceps back in the days. I
remember I came to pole also from the first class, and I was like, how do you pull up?
Right. I was like,
and then interestingly, I never trained pull-ups. I just did pole, and then I came to the gym,
and you could do pull-ups.
Pull-up.
Same.
I was like,
Yeah.
How did this happen?
I had no idea what a pull-up was back in the
Right.
days, right? Yeah.
And then you're like,
10. Yeah. And I was
what's the
like,
problem?
yeah, no.
And that's the beauty, you know, you just do pole.
And then as a side effect,
you get strong and flexible and more coordinated, feeling your body, more connected to your body, more connected to your feminine side, because again, pole and aerial always brings out the feminine side as well. So yeah, guys, if you're considering,
come here.
Who knows, maybe in a few years you will join Cirque du Soleil.
That's what you want. You
Exactly. It's all about what you guys want and we're happy.
Yeah.
All right. And I think I would love to close up this session with the last question. Finally, what does success mean to you today?
Success to me is healthy body. I never take that for granted. Like for me, if people know me, they know that I panic if I cough and I'm like, oh my God, what is that? So a healthy body for me, it is success. Like community that I have around, the people that love me and I love them are like the success. And also I would say, you know, to have the ability and the freedom, because I know this is not for everybody, but I feel lucky and grateful to be able to do what I love, you know, and I feel like I'm constantly, every day feels great, you know, I just do what I love, and I get to wake up and go train pole, and I don't know, and then have a coffee with a friend, and then again go for a show, and so that feels amazing. And but I know this is like something to be grateful for, and I am, and I'm very lucky I am. But yeah, I would say the freedom of do what I love.
That's beautiful.
Which is not taking for granted, health, which is not taking for granted, and have all the people that I love near me, and they're like, oh my God. Which is you and all the people
Krista,
here, and Krista behind.
Come down here.
Crystal is the one with holding the umbrella in the rain. If you want to know,
Come here.
if you're wondering, guys, if you saw the viral video of Vlada,
This is the this is the pillar of our studio. Okay, it holds. Only because of Krista.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for the
No
help
profits
today.
without Krista.
Yeah, right.
And holding the umbrella.
Holding the umbrella. I was so shy.
I love it. When I saw the video, I was
know,
like, poor girl.
Everyone in the video is like, but look at the lady under the umbrella, at the tiniest umbrella.
I was like, oh my girl. Yes. Yeah, anyway,
Martina,
my love.
Thank you
Oh,
so much.
sorry.
Thank you so much for today.
Thank
it was
you.
truly beautiful and inspiring, and we hope that it brought some inspiration to our viewers, to our followers.
I hope
And
so.
if you have any questions, we're gonna upload this episode on YouTube, and you can comment there also your questions, and then we can also have a look and maybe reply to them afterwards.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And thank you for being with us, and we will see you next time for our next episode with our next
With another
instructor.
victim. She loves me for being dishonest.
Honest?
No, guys, joking. This
I
funny.
do force them though. Yeah.
I mean, you know, no. We love that. But yes, Maya. Hopefully, this gives some inspiration in terms of like you can do if you want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in, and we will see you for next time. And love you.
Bye. See you.